During the 1930s Depression, many Americans, nearly helpless against forces they didn't understand, made heroes of outlaws who took what they wanted at gunpoint. Of all the lurid desperados, one man, John Herbert Dillinger, came to evoke this gangster era and stirred mass emotion to a degree rarely seen in this country. John Herbert Dillinger was an American gangster of the Great Depression. He led a group known as the Dillinger Gang, which was accused of robbing 24 banks and 4 police stations. Dillinger was imprisoned several times but escaped twice. He was charged, but not convicted of the murder of an East Chicago, Indiana police officer who shot Dillinger in his bulletproof vest during a shootout. It was the only time Dillinger was charged with homicide. After robbing police stations of weapons, the Dillinger Gang robbed banks, using lessons learned from Herman Lamb. In total, they stole over $300,000 according to the Crime Museum. In September 1933, Dillinger was captured and jailed in Ohio. However, the following month, he was rescued by 5 former convict pals, whose own escape from Indiana State Prison he had earlier financed and plotted. A sheriff was killed during the incident. Dillinger and his gang next robbed banks in Indiana and Wisconsin, and fled south to Florida and then to Tucson, Arizona, where they were discovered and arrested by local police. Dillinger was extradited to Indiana and lodged in the Crown Point Jail, which was considered escape-proof. However, on March 3, 1934, he executed his most celebrated breakout. With a razor and a piece of wood, he carved a fake pistol, blackened it with shoe polish, and used it to force his way past a dozen guards to freedom, singing as he left, "I'm heading for the last roundup." Dillinger then drove the sheriff's car to Chicago. By taking a stolen vehicle across state lines, he committed a federal offense, resulting to the FBI launching its own manhunt. At approximately 8:30 p.m., Dillinger and 2 female companions were observed entering the Biograph Theater, which was showing the crime drama Manhattan Melodrama, starring Clark Gable, Myrna Loy, and William Powell. Unbeknownst to Dillinger, FBI agents were already waiting outside. During the stakeout, the Biograph's manager thought the agents were criminals setting up a robbery. He called the Chicago police, who dutifully responded and had to be waved off by the federal agents, who told them that they were on a stakeout for an important target. When the film ended, a tipster stood by the front door and signaled Dillinger's exit by lighting a cigar. Both he and the other agents reported that Dillinger turned his head and looked directly at the agent as he walked by, glanced across the street, then moved ahead of his female companions, reached into his pocket but failed to extract his gun, and ran into a nearby alley. Other accounts stated Dillinger ignored a command to surrender, whipped out his gun, then headed for the alley but agents already had the alley closed off. 3 men pursued Dillinger into the alley and fired. Clarence Hurt shot twice, Charles Winstead 3 times, and Herman Hollis once. Dillinger was fatally hit from behind and fell face first to the ground. For all who witnessed the shooting, it was the end of the road for John Herbert Dillinger, America's public enemy number 1.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share if you want to watch more videos like this.